Red Wings got a win last night against the Canucks, and then an article comes out about Jakub Vrana and some other stuff. The article title by Max Boltman is Jakub Vrana, Jakub, on what Red Wings future holds. He says, I don't think I know anything. Here's a quote from the article. That's the thing. I don't think I know anything. I don't have any source. I'm not even looking for those because it's pointless. I mean, nobody knows anything. People can speculate each day, and people are doing that, and that's just how it is. He's referring to people saying he's played his last game in a Red Wings jersey, and they might just end up buying him out. But at the end of the day, there's only a few people that are running these things, and they make those decisions. And you can speculate all day long, but then at the end of the day, you're not making those decisions. So he's just saying it's top management, Wiserman and some other guys that are going to decide the man's future, no matter how well he is playing in GR. Okay, next quote. To be honest with you, I'm a proud Red Wing. You always love to hear that, Vrana said, as players are so often. I love to have that logo on my chest. I wish I could play for them the rest of my life. I mean, that's what I want, obviously. Sounds a lot like Vlad Nemestikov, but, he went to Tampa. Who knows what's going to happen with Vrana? It's probably I don't know. It's pending. We'll see. I mean, that's what I want, obviously. Everybody does. Everybody does. I wish I could play for the Red Wings. But that's looking way too ahead of us right now. I'm just focusing from day to day and to be a part of the team up there again. And the rest will come. I tell you, like, I can't control whatever happens outside, but with what people's decisions are. I'm just a player and everybody knows that I want to play there. It's kind of a mature statement. He's a professional hockey player and he knows it's a business, and at the end of the day, there's going to be a transaction. He does really not have that much input over it. Next quote, when Vrana's recent scoring surge was mentioned, Lalonde said, of late, he's been scoring a lot. He also went almost a month with 1 goal in that league. So, yeah, of course, you're constantly evaluating and seeing where things are at. And I think a lot goes into it. Like winger Jonathan Berggren put a wrench in a lot of plans. Probably didn't expect him to be here right now. And that's a roster spot. I'll talk about him later. You could probably argue Elmer Soderblom could be up here the way he's been scoring and playing of late. So the luxury of having some depth is a good thing right now. All right, moving on. Lucas Raymond misses his first NHL game. Very sad. It was due to a collision with Ben Sherratt during practice. In the time since that press conference, Detroit has run into some injury trouble, including top line winger Lucas Raymond being day-to-day with a lower body injury. With team sets apart for a long road trip beginning Western Canada on Sunday, they may need to call a forward up from Grand Rapids if they aren't sure about Raymond's availability. But it's not clear whether that forward would more likely be Vrana, Soderblom, or recently waived Adam Ernie, who Detroit previously kept on the NHL roster while waiving Vrana and sending down Soderblom. So let's see what's going to happen there. It's really sad. Seider has still not missed a single NHL game in his short career. But again, it's not great news. And this is not the only injury trouble. Jake Wallman, our beloved pairing with Moritz Seider, suffered a hit from Nikita Zadorov that caused an upper body injury. He was slow to get up. He got pounded in this hit. It was a pretty big collision. Prashant Iyer says, as of February 8th, he's a top defenseman, expected goals above replacement per 60, minimum 500 minutes played via Evolving Hockey. He was ranked just behind Adam Fox, who is an expected goals of 1.02. Wallman is 0.997. He's above Erik Karlsson. So, yeah, this is a pretty bad loss, especially how well Seider was playing right next to him. Next, we can look at another article that was released by Max Boltman, a Red Wings beat reporter. I don't really want to cover this much, but as NHL trade deadline nears, Red Wings Tyler Bertuzzi is back in the spotlight. We came back, scored a goal in the game against, I want to say Edmonton. Raymond gave him a nice pass. They ended up losing that game, but it's kind of looked like himself after that game. Kind of noticed in practice, the past couple of practices, Larkin said Tuesday night. I think the break was good rest for him, referring to the All-Star break. He's in the battles. He's in the fight. He's doing what it takes. His sticks everywhere. He's making good plays. Disrupting on the forecheck. He's really good tonight. So we'll see what happens. I don't know exactly what his worth is. Got a contract coming up. He's perpetually injured. So, I mean, if he's playing top shape, he's a 30-goal scorer. He's hard-nosed player. His team, any playoff contender would like to have any playoff contender would like to have on their roster. All right, let's move on to Jonathan Bergeron. Interview with Trev Thompson between periods. He ended up scoring 2 goals. Here's photo of the first goal. Shocking pass. He's at the goal line. It was a beautiful tip into the net. And then the second goal, he I think it was a pass from Tyler Bertuzzi. He threw in the net to put them up either 4-2 or 5-2. Highlight of comment of the night is on the 11 a.m. game. I don't know why the game was at 11 a.m., but he says, "I drink some coffee, wake me up." This is what I do to wake me up. So keep that in mind, folks, when you're playing early hockey is apparently the trick. Upcoming schedule. So they've lost to Edmonton and they've won 2 straight after that. They beat Calgary 2-1. And surprisingly, scored 5 goals against, I guess, a terrible Canucks team who, by the way, is being coached by Rick Tocchet. So I wonder who replaced him on TNT. Actually, I think it might be Darren Panger. They got an upcoming Canadian trip, as I mentioned earlier, to the West Coast. They're going to be playing Vancouver again, back-to-back. Well, not back-to-back, but in days, that is, but back-to-back games. Then they play Edmonton, Calgary, and then Seattle, which is pretty much Canada. And then they go still on the road. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-game road trip. They're gonna go back to the East Coast, play Washington, then New York, Tampa Bay, and then they'll end the month of February playing Ottawa in back-to-back days. So a lot of games to look forward to, and I hope they can keep the win streak up. All right, cheers.